Welcome everybody to update number 72. So this is the first update of my collection for 2026, and it's not a massive update. As I said several episodes ago, these updates are going to be smaller in terms of overall volume and frequency, just because nowadays I'm buying more brand new releases that I like to review rather than older releases on sale and such. But there were a few sales on in the last couple of months that I got from a couple of labels. And the first two actually were originally out of print, but they were thankfully brought back on release for a brief moment. And yeah, they are from Indicator, and the first of which is Watermelon Man. So I've not seen this or the other Indicator release I got, but got both of these just because the plot sounded interesting, and they also sound kind of like films that are kind of leading up to the black exploitation genre of the 70s that dominated that decade. So yeah, so this is a limited edition. Like I said, it was originally out of print, but Indicator had it ready to go. So yeah, there's a disc, and we also got Get Booklet being a limited edition release. So yeah, not seen it yet, like I said, and it came out in 2020. So I am surprised it's had a out of print not only not that it went out of print, but that they eventually found more stock to actually put out there for sale. Not sure the volume amount that they actually had ready to go in that brief out of print, um, promotion. But yeah, obviously they had enough to put out on the site for a few days because I didn't get I didn't buy anything from that out of print promotion for a few days into the sale. And then we also got from 2022 Putney Swope. So again, sounds a kind of interesting film, and yeah, from 1969, whereas Watermelon Man's from 1970, so right around the same period. And yeah, again, limited edition version comes with the disc, obviously, and the booklet as well. So looking forward to finally seeing both of those. I will probably review several of these releases that I have bought, just because some of them are either will be interesting to talk about or at least have been interesting to watch. And then from Vinegar Syndrome, got a film from them that came out in 2016. So I'm surprised it still has its limited edition slipcover, given it's 10 years ago now. And it is The Bees. So this is basically a cheaper version of The Swarm. Although I do believe this came out before that. Oh no, lots around the same time, to be honest. So yeah, it's basically same premise. Bees are just going on the rampage and killing people left, right, and centre. This does actually have quite a good cast because it's got likes of John Saxon, John Carradine in it. Um, but yeah, I don't remember enjoying it all that well. But I really like the slipcover that this has going for it, and it was like less than £8. So it seemed like a worthwhile film to get, regardless of quality. And then we also have a 4K release from Vinegar Syndrome. Again, considering this is from 2021, so 5 years ago, I'm surprised it's still available. And yeah, with its slipcover and its Terminal Island. So this is one I definitely will review because I enjoyed this a lot more than I expected to. It goes in directions that you wouldn't entirely anticipate given its subject matter, but I think the fact that it's mainly because of the director that it doesn't go in certain directions really. So yeah, which I'll get into more when I actually review it. But yeah, a really solid effort, and yeah, major surprise. So look forward to reviewing that one properly. Got that on the reverse as well. And then finally, Eureka had a sale on. So yeah, Indicator didn't have a sale on. That was just an out of print promotion. Basically, just get rid of some excess stock, I imagine. The Vinegar Syndrome releases were on sale, and these Eureka releases were also on sale. So, yeah, I've seen only the one film out of these four uh, releases here, and first of which is the one that I've seen already, Ace in the Hole. So yeah, really fantastic film from Billy Wilder. Um, Also got a great cast with Kurt Douglas in it. So yeah, a really solid effort overall, and yeah, you can tell it's quite an old release, not only because it's from 2014, but it actually has the chapters printed on the inside of the case, which is not something I've seen for quite some time actually. So yeah, that just shows how old this release actually is. But still, the Blu-ray looks good enough, and yeah, I imagine that'll get a proper, well, I say proper, more limited edition, perhaps even 4K release at some point in the future. I also got another Billy Wilder release, one that I also hadn't seen before buying it, and it is The Private Life of Sherlock Holmes. So this also has a cast that looks decent enough. You know, got Robert Stevens, Colin Blakely, and yeah, but it's much newer than Ace in the Hole, as this is from 1970. 1970. So it's 11 years newer than was it 11? No, 19 years newer than Ace in the Hole. And this release also came out in 2017, so a few years newer as well in terms of the release itself. And yeah, you can see even there, doesn't have the chapters on the inside. So yeah, not quite sure why that is something that ever went away, but I guess chapters being named and such really isn't all that relevant anymore. And then also got Rio Grande with by John Ford and starring John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara. Now, apparently, this was a film that was made purely out of necessity rather than passion, as yeah, the studio weren't all that sure that John Ford's other effort that was going to come out after this was going to be successful, so they wanted something from him that was a bit more mainstream and a bit more sellable. Whether or not that means that this isn't going to be all that good or not, I'll have to find out. But yeah, just figured it was worth a shot, given it was going for a lot less than normal. And yeah, I have enjoyed John Ford films from before. I even have a box set of his. I don't know if you can see it there. So yeah, figured it was worth a shot for it going a lot cheaper than normal. And finally, a release that came out last year that I wasn't particularly sure about because one film is supposed to be good, the other film is supposed to be a little bit underwhelming, and I didn't feel like it was fully worth getting it for the full £19.99. Whereas on sale, had a fiver off, so I figured even if it is only the one film that I'm going to enjoy, at least then I'm buying it at a price where one single film would be priced at that kind of level as well. So yeah, and it is the Magnificent Chang-Che. So this has the Magnificent Trio and Magnificent Wanderers. So yeah, Magnificent Trio is supposed to be pretty good, I believe, and it's Magnificent Wanderers that is the lesser of the two. But regardless, got it at a price now where even if it is only going to be the one film that is enjoyable, then yeah, at least it is priced at a single film release rather than a lot higher. So yeah, both films are on the same disc and it has a booklet with it as well. So yeah, I'll probably review both of those at some point in the future as well when I eventually get around to them. But yeah, but most likely Terminal Island and one of the Indicator releases that will get a review first. But obviously, it all depends on you know, new releases that are coming out because towards the end of February, it's looking quite busy, and then yeah, going into March and such, it looks like it's getting even busier in terms of releases. So yeah, but as I said way back when it comes to reviewing these older releases, these aren't stop gaps, these aren't filler. These are films that I generally want to talk about, so that's why I'm saying the films that I'm definitely going to review are Terminal Island and at least one of the two Indicator releases because both of them do sound pretty good, but I'll never review a film that I have nothing really to say about or don't particularly like. I just want to review films that I have enjoyed in the past or have enjoyed only recently. So yeah, but nonetheless, that is our update number 72. Like I said, a lot smaller than normal. Only 8 releases there, 9 films in total. So yeah, not the biggest update by any means, but as I've said several episodes ago, that is purely because I'm buying less older releases now. Um, just so I can concentrate on buying the newer releases that I know for sure I'm gonna most likely be good because a lot of new releases are films that I've seen before. For instance, that have just getting a new 4K release or something like that, or releases of films that have from directors or actors that I've recently watched as well that I really enjoyed. So yeah, and there are several of those that are up and coming. For instance, we've got was it Battle of Britain um, from Indicator that is finally getting its 4K not Indicator Imprint that is finally getting its release. Was supposed to be last year, but it got delayed. But yeah, I'm more than likely going to really enjoy that, especially after enjoying A Bridge Too Far, which came out in 2024 from Imprint as well. So yeah, seems like it's in the same kind of wheelhouse as that, and yeah, that was a really good film. So hopefully, Battle of Britain is going to be good. And yeah, obviously there are more than that coming out in this month and in the following subsequent months as well. For instance, Radiance releasing a few films that look interesting. One of which is The Professional with Jean-Paul Belmondo. Um, really enjoyed one of his other 80s action films called The Outsider. So yeah, been looking forward to seeing more of his action films from that period. So looking like Radiance will be doing that. They're also joining up with a new label called Chasm, releasing a film called Taxidermy, which looks really rather quite weird. I think it's from Hungary, so that'll be actually my first homemade produced Hungarian film, I believe, that I'll own. So looking forward to that, and there are more outside of that as well. So yeah, our video are releasing stuff like Westworld that is coming out soon. So yeah, plenty more to look forward to in terms of new releases, but older releases, yeah, there's not looking like there's much more out there to really get that is of yeah, that is on my radar right now. It all depends on what I see in the future and whether or not there is actually something to buy of that film or not. So yeah, but still, I'd like to hear what you've been buying lately, whether or not there are new releases or older releases. Obviously, there's not much on the way in terms of sales now. The main reason why there's so few here on this update is because sales have either been not particularly great in terms of what is on offer, or the prices that they've dropped by haven't been so significant to really be enticing. So that is the main reason. But I'm sure there will be some sales coming up in the future around Easter time, summer, and then usually around Halloween as well. So yeah, I'm sure there'll be more sales coming up that I'll get something from. But nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.